Hello and welcome back to Bunso Bites. Today it's just me, Chigi. As last week Ami had gave her episode on mental health. This week I'll be doing an episode on uh, something that happened to me during the 4th of July, and it was a teen takeover. Um, Before we start, a little update on uh, my life and or what I just do on a regular basis. Um, I've been playing this game on my phone called Rogue Legends, and I've pretty much gotten into endgame, and so now I have really nothing to do left in the game, but I'm just waiting for updates. However, during today's episode, I'll be opening up this gift bundle like I've done in the past. This is Magic the Gathering, and this is the crossover with Marvel. So, this is for your viewing pleasure. So on July 4th, it was an eventful day, and later on that day, I had to do something called guarding at our chapel. And basically, what I do at guarding is I show up at my church's compound, and we go there, and we just stand guard there from a certain time to a certain time, and we deter any type of anything that goes on over there. So, like if there was, I don't know, someone that was trying to steal something from the church, we would deter that person from going on the compound. It's actually happened before where someone was trying to steal like copper out of our AC units, and so we literally stand guard and try to deter that person from doing that. However, on this fateful day, while we were guarding, I, along with two other people, were there at the chapel, and it was a fairly quiet night. We started guard around 10, and then we were supposed to stand guard until around 5 a.m. And on this day, we were playing ping pong for the first couple of hours, and later on that day, around 2 or 3 in the morning, one of us had went outside to check the conditions, and they noticed that there was just a plethora of cars gathering around the park across the street. And this is what I guess what people call a teen takeover. So what teen takeovers are? It's literally just a meetup of teens or young people that have nothing to do, and they just they do whatever. I know in other cities, like there was one in Norfolk that happened, and there was a fire that started in that one. And like in other places like Chicago, there were people that were arrested, people that had guns confiscated from them. There was a shooting, and thankfully, in my case, the teen takeover that happened outside of our chapel was just people congregating there. I did keep my eyes on them the entire time that I knew it was going on, and nothing really happened. It just so happened that when that person had stepped outside to check what was going on, it just started happening. So, other than the entire street and parking lot being crowded worth of cars, nothing really happened other than just people getting out of their cars, playing music, talking, all at like 2 a.m. in the morning. So I was really thankful for that. Now, when I tell you that there were like 100+ cars, literally, I couldn't keep count. the park itself holds probably about 30 cars, and then people were parking on the street, but there's a no parking sign out there, so I guess the police could have ticketed people for parking out there. Um, and then while it was going on, there were still people coming in, so the road was literally just packed, and it was just people trying to get in and out of the park. Um, we weren't the only ones that noticed that. Uh, I noticed that the surrounding houses on that street, their lights were on, um, and we found out later that there was police called uh, about the noise complaint, and so uh, police took a while actually to arrive at the scene. Um, by the time they got there, it was probably closer to 3 o'clock then. So I guess around 45 minutes. It's been going on. Um, and whoa, look at this. Shang-Chi. Um, and yeah, there was about two police cars that came out. I think four officers total that showed up to the scene. They didn't arrest anyone or ticket anybody. Literally, they just rolled up in their police car, turned on their sirens, and I guess they were just yelling outside the car to go home, um, which I think is very fair for what happened that day. No one got hurt. Uh, there wasn't really anything illegal going on. Um, I think the neighbors did complain because there were fireworks going off, but all in all, it was a pretty, I would say, quote unquote, peaceful teen takeover. Um, so when the police got there, uh, they had to make a U-turn all the way down at the end of the street because they had no room to turn into the park. And so by that time, people started leaving. And then we took some video of when the police got there just to document what happened. And I started counting like all the cars that were driving away from the scene. I counted up to about 40, and this was like halfway through um, when the police got there, like halfway through people leaving. There were still more people coming in, which was crazy because I was like, this this really could have got out of hand if police didn't show up. Um, and yeah, uh, we we were kind of scared at first, just because we're like, I hope none of these people try to open up the gate at the church compound and try to drive in so that they can park, um, which they didn't. Thankful for that. We did have a couple of people park inside the driveway in front of the gate, and they were very understanding. We just walked up to whoever was there, told them like, hey, if you guys want to avoid a parking ticket, please park on the street. And they were willing and able to do that. So thankful for that. And yeah, I think all in all, it was about an hour and a half of people coming into that park, parking, doing whatever, and then dispersing. So, um, I think in that case, like it was a good situation that the neighbors did react to what was going on. Police were called. Police took care of the situation, and no one got hurt, no one got arrested, and it was just a peaceful situation. Captain America's shield. Look at that. That's so borderless one. Yeah. Now, I have watched YouTube videos of other team takeovers, um, and those really do get out of hand. Like thousands of teens taking over, a park. Uh, was it a parking garage? A mall. Um, just other public spaces. And a lot of people say that these teens, they just have nowhere to go and nothing to do. But at the same time, it's like the dead of night. What what are you guys doing out at the dead of night? Like nothing's open. You know, a lot of the businesses that would be open 24 hours are not anymore because of COVID. And they haven't gone back to that since. Like I remember when I was a teen, um, or a young adult, and you know, if we were bored, we would go out to eat. We'd be at like, what is it called, Applebee's, until like 12 o'clock, and then we would go home after that. Even if we did stay out after 12, the only thing that would be open for us to do or to hang out would be at Walmart, and they can't do that anymore. So a lot of like debate has been going on about having places for teens to go at night, and I'm just like, why do you guys need to go out and hang out at night? Why can't y'all just stay home and do something online, or play games or something? But and I've heard like people, they don't have the means to do so sometimes, which I get. Not everyone is able to have access to a computer at home, and or have a gaming system to play on that's connected to the internet. And I get that. That's completely fine. But still, even if you were to hang out, why aren't you just like going to someone's house and hanging out there instead of going out in public, causing a ruckus, vandalizing places? I don't get it. But they say, why isn't there any places that teens can hang out at the dead of night? Because no one wants to freaking watch over them. That's why. They also say it's just a lack of parenting, and I kind of agree with that. Why are your children awake and still wanting to do something at this time of day? So I personally think that even if you are bored and want to do something that late, go do something online, go play a game, go to someone's house, but not go out in public and vandalize stuff. So I don't have anything else to talk about on this topic. I just think it's kind of weird that these things happen, and a bunch of times that when it does happen, it just ends up in chaos and things being destroyed. All negative aspects happen, and for what? I'm bored on one Saturday night. I can't do anything at home. I'm gonna risk my future just because I'm bored. So whatever. I got about 3 more packs left to open 2 more regular booster packs and the collector's booster. I don't know if I want to do another episode talking about Pal World because this is something that me and my friends just got back into. Maybe I'll just keep it as a short like this, part of this episode. But Pal World, man, it's been taking up most of my time once I get off work, and I even asked Ami. I was like, should I play Pal World with my friends? And she was like, you better, because your friend just bought a dedicated server for 6 months. So for the next 6 months, I'll probably be playing Pal World. But it's such a good game. There were so many updates that happened about 2 weeks ago when it got released out of beta. So it's called Pal World 1.0. And yeah, I just been sinking so many hours into it. There's so many things that you can do now. And when we first played about 2 years ago, like, we never got into endgame. We only played until a certain part where we hit a wall, and we just ended up not playing after that. But now, now that we have a dedicated server and we are sinking all these hours into it, I've actually gotten pretty far into the game now. Pretty close to endgame, and after that it's just grinding for your pals, min-maxing their stats, min-maxing your stats, and reaching the endgame content. So in Pal World there is a place called it's like the tree something, but it's a new area that they added to the game. It has 7 different biomes, and the level cap there is like 75 plus, I think. I haven't done it myself yet, but still working my way up there. And you know, my friends that are also playing, they're still, what is this? Just a blank card? Huh. Okay. Yeah, they're still pretty much lagging behind me. But you know, as we said before, it's really hard for us to even find time to play with one another. So, you know, one of us will be on at one point, and then, you know, we'll miss each other by, you know, minutes or something, and we'll just leave something in the chat whenever we're playing. So here, this should be all lands. And then this one, you can see this first card. This is Daredevil. There should be another hit in here right behind it, and then it should be some hollows. Where is the perforation? Alright, so let's see. Can you focus? Focus? Alright, it's blurry. Yeah, planes. Island. Did they only just give me that one card? No. In the Final Fantasy set, there were 2 cards that were in this pack. I guess it's just the one. Just this Daredevil and that's it. Okay. Finally, the collector booster pack. So I saw that the most expensive card in this set was like a Smite Stone or something. It has Thanos as the cover or the art on it, going for like 1,500. Um, so let's see what we get out of this pack. So we have this artifact. All right. Hell's Kitchen. Herbie, Scout Unit. Whiplash, Vengeful Engineer. Black Widow, Double Agent. Molineer's Might. Shock. Tippy Toe, Terrific Partner. Take Up the Shield, Borderless. Forest. Rocket-powered Goblin Glider. Trading Post, Borderless. Cloak and Dagger Entwined, Borderless. Monstrous Rage. This is probably the hit, but I don't know. Scarlet Witch, Borderless, and that's it. So, I don't know which one is the most expensive card out of this. I would guess it would be the Scarlet Witch card, but I don't know. So, that will be this episode for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do have one more gift bundle to open. I'll probably have Ami open that one for you guys. And yeah, I don't know what episode she'll do for that, but hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see y'all in the next one. Bye.